Good Thursday morning, all RUFL members. It is May 25th, 2017. I am up super early today. That's why my room's so dark. I don't have any natural light coming in yet. And I just wanted to do an update this morning as I woke up kind of inspired for the day and with a lot of thoughts crossing my mind on parental rights issues, the ongoing battle that we are facing across the globe, the onslaught of court systems and rogue judges and attorneys breaking up millions of families. Of course, there's been a lot of people that have tried to get things done the last few months and years especially, and a lot of people, I kind of put a survey out, and a lot of people through the different forums and venues have said they feel like nothing has changed for the better. Sipping my morning coffee to get going here. What do you think? What do you think, RUFL members? Have things changed for the better? Are they stuck in neutral? Have they gotten worse? I'd like to know your thoughts on that. I think there is a lot of different ways to look at this. I certainly believe awareness is much better. Have we actually made any progress as far as the laws and the courts and reforming them? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I feel like in some ways, possibly in certain areas, but there's still honestly a ton of work to be done. A ton of work. And what I keep trying to nail home to everybody is that networking on Facebook, venting your anger, and even things such as what I'm doing with this group, RUFL Utah, are not going to resolve the problem alone. You need in-person action at your capitals. We need to reach out to lawmakers, address them outside of the Capitol forums where they're making and revising laws. Sometimes I think having a personal conversation with lawmakers and sharing personal experiences outside of that very busy forum is probably more effective to them personally than to address them in the venues of law change. Now, there is certainly a lot of grounds for argument that things are stuck in neutral, and I can see people's perspective and point of view on that. In fact, I probably share that in a lot of instances, because as much as the awareness has come out through the media, there's been a lot of cases that I've been aware of in Utah that have made national headlines. To some extent, mine has made my personal case has maybe made smaller headlines than some of these bigger cases. But nonetheless, I think based on the information that I see coming out from fathers and single parents dealing with the court systems, and especially here in Utah where I can monitor it a little more, I still see a lot of really, really upset, frustrated, scared, angry parents. And human nature does not dictate that we are scared or angry for no reason. These are natural reactions of humans to situations where we are fearful. Now, when I say that, what I am getting at is that the court system is still instilling fear and anger in a lot of parents. And that is because the system, point blank, is still corrupt on a large scale. It is still biased, especially towards fathers in Utah. I realize there's a lot of women out there that are going through the same situation. I don't want to exclude them from this conversation. I do have to say that originally when I started RUFL, it was for fathers' rights, because the overwhelming majority of people dealing with this issue are men. Now, the response to that I see a lot of the time is that women will say, well, it's not just a father's rights issue, it's a men's issue. If that was the case, then why do we have movements such as feminism and minority movements? It's because a particular class of people feels that they have been violated, and there may be evidence in each instance, depending on what it is, to justify that feeling. You look at all the police shootings, you look at the early feminist movement and the lack of equal wages for women, voting rights, not being included in upper management. So at some point, there has been legitimate reasons for most all of these different groups and organizations and movements. At this time, the majority of people being affected unfairly and unjustly and being screwed by the system when it comes to family rights is men. And that's just a fact. That's not me making it personal. That is not me trying to marginalize women that are going through it. I'm sure they also face an uphill battle, because us men have a hard enough time as a huge class and demographic, even with statistics showing that we get screwed in the system. So I'm sure that the smaller percentage of women that are screwed are even more marginalized. But what I say to women that are in that position is this: if you are being marginalized by the system and being screwed by the system the way that single fathers are, then you need to get on our side. We need to band together, because we're against a huge worldwide opponent. Okay? This is across the globe. I've talked to people, I'm going to say approximately 50 countries I've talked to people now across the globe. And it almost seems to be a universal situation. To me, it's coming down to becoming a human rights violation and a human rights catastrophe, the way governments are coming in and superseding parents' rights to raise their offspring and children the way that they see fit. Okay, so that's what you women need to do. You need to get on board with us and develop a huge coalition, and we need to fight this together. Point blank. If you try to go it alone, you are not going to succeed, because millions of men are on board this, and we're still only seeing limited success throughout the globe. So I strongly encourage women in those positions, instead of fighting men that are in this situation or being upset, feeling as though they're being marginalized, understand why men feel that way. Understand why we've had enough after decades of a biased and corrupt system working against men the majority of the time, and understand these things on a human level, not just a man-woman level, and join with us to destroy what I would call the New World Order, and that is for complete government control of individuals' lives across the globe. Now, I feel that's the direction we're heading. I also feel that if it isn't stopped in the courts of law here in the United States as a leader in the world, that we are headed for civil war in a lot of these countries. And there is a damn lot of us that are going to be taking up arms and fighting, if we need to, with our lives, dying to protect these rights and reinstill these rights that have been robbed from us by these governments. So, women, if you are being marginalized, if you are being screwed by the system, and I'm sure there's a lot of you out there, I don't know every individual case. I'm not a judge. I don't determine if you're telling the truth, if you're being honest. I take as many people as I can at their word that they're being honest and truthful. I think most people try to do that in the long run. So if there's a lot of you out there being marginalized over the man in your particular case, you need to get on board with us. And when I say get on board, it's not just spreading the word that you're angry. And this goes for men too. This is not just women. This is for men too. We need to stop just spreading the word, doing videos like this. I mean, these things help. They get the word out, so to speak. They spread awareness. But at the end of the day, these videos, the government doesn't care about this shit. Government doesn't care about us building networks on Facebook that are 50,000 strong. The only way the government's going to take a notice and a look is when we show up to the Capitol with 50,000 fucking people. Okay? That's the only way we're going to get their attention. When we show up, we demand equality, we demand justice, we demand social reform, and we demand that these government agencies, these lawyers, these judges, these social workers be held accountable. And in cases where there is corruption, in cases where they've broken the law, that these people go to jail. Point blank. I'm tired of our system saying that all of these people have immunity in these cases. It's clear-cut bullshit, and that is a path for a civil war down the road, because people like me and thousands and millions of other people across the globe are only going to put up with this shit for so long before a civil war is going to be on the doorsteps of the capitals. So people need to wake up that are in the government, and I'm sure that there's people that come in from the government and spy on my videos I do. They've been caught spying on a number of other people's videos. I've had threats, legal threats over the telephone about my safety. And so I know that there is at least a handful of individuals that keep tabs on me and keep tabs on other people in the circle that are trying to bring awareness and change to the family law reform system. Those are the things that I thought were duly important this morning. It is so important, and I don't claim to have all the answers. Sometimes I'm as lost as the rest of you. I have a lot of health problems that have been caused over the years by this, heart issues. I have ongoing kidney issues, and there's times where my health is so bad I can't take a leadership role in this. And so we need other people to step up and partner with us. And, you know, I'm open to doing things other people's way. If you have legitimate answers and solutions that we can follow, I'm all for diplomatic solutions on this that bring change. But I also want the people in the system that are breaking the law to be held accountable. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. You know, it's got to stop. At some point it will. Hell or high water will bring change to this. And it will either be through diplomatic relations or through a civil war. And that may be years after my death. I mean, I might die of old age and that may come, but sorry about that. At some point, things have to change. All I can say for today is I hope everybody goes out, they watch this, they think about it, and I hope you all have a good day. I would love to see some comments on this video, and I would love to see some input. You know how to get at me, RUFL Utah on Facebook. Our network is worldwide. We're almost 1,400 members strong. I suspect we'll hit 1,500 members some point this summer, and you know, it would be really cool if we could hit 2,000 members this year. I know that Facebook has slowed down a little bit, so we may not get there, but that's okay. We got enough members. The awareness is there. I want to continue to do more videos and try to do my part and help bring a solution to family law that is fair, just, equitable, and most importantly puts the parents first. And that includes both parents in situations where the parents are mentally stable. Anyway, I hope you have a great Thursday. It was good to see everybody. Please comment, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like the video, share it, please share it, and we'll see you on the next video. Remember, family is the most important thing in life. Take care.